Sizergh Castle and Garden is a stately home and garden at Helsington in the English county of Cumbria, about 4 miles south of Kendal. The castle, a Grade I listed building, is in the care of the National Trust along with its garden and estate. In 2016 the Sizergh estate was included in the newly extended Lake District National Park. Details. The earliest part of the building is a tower of 14th or 15th century date. Woodwork. There are oak-panelled interiors, including the inlaid chamber, where the panelling is inlaid with floral and geometric patterns in pale poplar and dark bog oak. The contents of the inlaid chamber were sold to the Victoria and Albert Museum in the 1890s and it was displayed as a reconstructed period room. The return of the panelling to its original location at Sizergh was advocated by, among others, Mark Girouard. The panelling returned in 1999 under a long-term loan. The barge boards probably date from the 17th century. Paintings. The castle contains a variety of paintings, including the following. A collection of portraits of the Catholic royal Stuart family reflects the Strickland family's links to the Jacobite court in exile at Saint-Germain-en-Laye. There are portraits by Alexis Simon Bell, painter in ordinary, to James VII and Amp II and the Old Pretender, of Queen Mary of Modena and her daughter Princess Louisa Maria. Strickland family portraits, including works by local artist George Romney, a portrait of Mrs. Anne Strickland by Harriet Strickland, and a portrait of Lady Edeline Sackville. History. The Danecourt family owned this land from the 1170s. On the marriage of Elizabeth Danecourt to Sir William de Sturkland in 1239, the estate passed into the hands of what became the Strickland family, who owned it until it was gifted to the National Trust in 1950 by Gerald Strickland, 1st Baron Strickland's grandson Lt. Cdr. Thomas Hornield Strickland, 7th Count de Catina. Catherine Parr, the 6th wife of Henry VIII and a relative of the Stricklands, is thought to have lived here after her first husband died in 1533. Catherine's second husband, Lord Latimer, was kin to the Dowager Lady Strickland. It was extended in Elizabethan times. Sir Thomas Strickland went into exile with James II. Around 1770, the Great Hall was again expanded in the Georgian style. Media interest. The castle was featured in the ITV documentary Inside the National Trust. Garden. The garden has a lake and a kitchen garden as well as an award-winning rock garden. The rock garden, which was constructed in the 1920s, is the largest limestone rock garden belonging to the National Trust. It includes part of the National Collection of hardy ferns. Estate. In 1336 a grant from Edward III allowed Sir Walter Strickland to enclose the land around Sizergh as his exclusive park. The estate covers 647 hectares. Biodiversity. There are various types of habitat. These were enhanced within the context of the Morecambe Bay Nature Improvement Area, which received 3 years of government grant funding. Birds. The Sizergh estate is a good place to see birds. For example, hawfinches are attracted to the area because of its hornbeam trees, and these birds sometimes come close to the main car park. In 2014 it was reported that 35 hectares of wetland habitat was being created in the Lythe Valley on the western edge of the estate. The project has received funding from Natural England as part of a higher-level stewardship scheme. It is hoped to attract bittern and other wildlife. Butterflies. Fritillary butterflies live on the estate.